Alright. What's up, Luke? Oh, my game's fever. Okay. Okay, what's up, Luke? So let's get into it. Get my game volume down. Okay. What the fuck? Okay. Cool. Anyway, let's talk about Brigitte. I'm gonna approach this I'm gonna go quickly, but I'm gonna talk about everything in her kit. First of all, flail. You know, the range is... I'm gonna have to close EpiPen. This is ridiculous. I'll come back to you. Okay. So, the range is, you know, pretty small. So you're only getting value if you're somewhat close. And you can see that damage. Looks to be just under 50, probably about 30 damage per swing. And that's really all there is to that. But the important thing to know about Brigitte is that whenever you do damage, you actually heal yourself and anybody within a short range of you. So if we take a little bit of damage, not like 1 damage, hold on. Alright, so we take some hits. And now, say I'm over here, and this dude over here is actually low as fuck, right? So he's super low, he's dead. He's getting low, he's getting low. Okay, so now, but if I'm able to hit him, you'll see that I and him are now healing, right? So it's gonna heal me, it's gonna hit him. I think it's like 18 heals per second, right? And that's anytime you do damage to anything that's living, so like not Bob or not a Torbjorn turret or a Symmetra turret or something like that. As long as you do damage to something that's living. Now, let's look at how much damage that really did, right? Because that did a lot of damage to the flailed stuff. It's the most damage you could do with anything in our kit. Okay, so that guy's dead, but like that was I think, I wish I knew the exact number, but if you can go by the bars of health, which I think is 25, that's over 50 damage, or is it just about 50? So it does a lot. And the other thing is, just like a Reinhardt can cancel his animation to get a flame strike off, is you can do this right here, which is an animation cancel for your flail. So you hit him with your flail, or you hit him with your melee, and then you can hit him with your left shift, your flail, and it cancels it. So if I don't do the animation cancel, this is what it looks like. And see how it does a shit ton of damage, but it doesn't, like, it takes a little bit of time, but you can really just like whip out that combo. That doesn't do more damage or anything. I think he was just already low. It's just you can do that combo really quickly, and it's a very strong way to finish off like half health enemies. So it used to be a one-shot combo with Tracer, but like now, if you can hit Tracer, I think these have 200 health, but like if it's a Tracer and you like hit her twice, stun, melee, flail, the Tracer can't get away. But the point is, melee flail is a very important combo that does a ton of burst damage and is very good for finishing off enemies. You have to be able to use that a lot in your gameplay. So I do actually recommend going into the training room and literally just practicing hitting these, like, you want to get it down really fast. You also should be good at like flicking your stun. And we'll talk about more uses of stun in a bit. Stun only does 5 damage, so if you're ever using it just to do damage, then you're using it entirely wrong. Your flail, not only does it do a lot of damage, it's also very good at displacing an enemy. It can really just toss them, and that's very important. A lot of good Brigitte players are going to use it to like stop a Winston that's jumping in and displace him so that your team can capitalize on his death. You can rally while your shield's up, little tip. Rally gives you a speed boost, obviously. Your armor pack does not apply if your enemy is purpled. So like right there, he's going to start taking some hits. It'll heal him up to full health, and it'll give him extra armor, unless they're low enough to where they only get the health. So like this guy's really low. By the time I get him, he probably won't get any armor. See, he just almost gets to full health. And I think that's about the most important things that I wanted to cover like that. So let's hop into the video real quick and actually get going on the VOD review. Excuse me. So let's start on King's Row.
Just
I was
stabilize
trying to
here.
contest the Widow.
Stabilize.
I'm trapped.
Oh,
I'm
trapped.
I'm trapped.
Widow.
Oi.
Break shield.
End speed. Okay, we're just going.
So technically, this is immediately a problem. I'm just gonna point it out now, and then like it's not a huge issue now. Like obviously, you take the most hits, you're actually gonna drop to about here, I think, this fight. But in general, you want to be like really close to your Reinhardt. Like this right here is a good area to be in. But very close to your Reinhardt as a Brigitte especially. So we'll just like let this play through, and we can see how low you get. If this orb would have connected and they actually pulled you back, you would have died, and that would have been a lost fight. So that's just one way that your positioning can help. But she messed up that orb, so you're okay.
We're just stabilized here.
I'm trying to contest the Widow.
Unfortunately, your comms. I don't know if you're talking
no,
at all,
they
but I
haven't
know
talked,
that
so-
your comms during this game were muted, so that's very unfortunate. Because I would have liked to heard what you were saying, but we're just gonna go off of basic gameplay for now.
Yeah.
So Greg really does come out way ahead of the team here, but the point is you should still be closer to him.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm contesting the Widow.
Widow's up top. Look out for the Widow.
Yeah, I'm.
So let's just. So we talked about how whenever you do damage to something, you start doing heals. So one thing that you should always be looking to do is seeing if you can like throw a long distance flail or do some kind of really early damage in a team fight. That way your Inspire, which is your healing, just naturally has that uptime going, because it'll start healing your team for 6 seconds. So you really only need to trigger it every 6 seconds. So we're talking value right now. Are we getting any value out of having you? So right now, no value. Right? You throw your flail. Do you hit something with that flail?
Yeah. Contesting the Widow.
I think you do, because Evan's healing, but Evan might be healing from Lucio as well. Where's Evan? I honestly am not sure. But the point is, if you hit that flail on that Orisa, then really good job, because that's a good way to get yourself... It looks like it connects, maybe. I'm not sure. It's a really good way to get yourself some early charge, though. Or not early charge so much, but definitely just a good way to start your Inspire going up.
Beat into him. Nice.
Okay, yeah, you did hit that because you got a shit ton of ult charge right there. So yeah, so that was good because now you're healing your team effectively around you. So that is good, and you want to be looking to do that as often as you can. But let's look at how we keep going here. We use shield bash. Now our positioning there is actually fine because you're like stacked on top of Greg.
Look out for the Widow.
Yeah, I'm trying to contest her. She's super low.
But now
shield
you
though?
end up just
Literally
kiting backwards, and so now your Inspire's not even giving your team any help, right? So you don't have the ability to help your Rhine out, and you end up in this awkward position. And so now, basically, whenever your Brig and your Reinhardt are right on top of each other, and you have both of those melees swinging at you, there's like nothing they can do to prevent them from getting. There's not much they can do from prevent them from taking those melee hits, and so they're going to take damage. And the damage of just there's so much synergy between these two heroes that like you can really do a ton of damage whenever they're working together.
Junk one.
And so like. The positioning of the team as a whole is really bad, but like you are essentially in a valueless position. You throw your armor pack to Greg, which is good. Your armor packs, all of your armor packs in Goat's composition should be going to your Reinhardt.
Orisa.
And I have no way of knowing if you call the Widow back here, but the call is on Orisa again, and you really just shouldn't be too concerned. Your D.Va can take care of the Widow. Maybe make the call. Hey, well, I guess she's out of mech, but still, you just need to make it back to your Reinhardt right now, as best as possible. So let's just play the rest of this fight out.
Nice.
There's still a Widow.
So you actually go out and take the Orisa. So that's just like if you didn't know, like say you knew that Widow didn't have grapple, then yeah, feel free to take that 1v1 because like look how much health she got away with.
Nice.
And let's see, do you do any?
Orisa.
You threw flail first, so she actually would have gone further away from you if you hit that. And so you're making it a harder 1v1 to take because you also don't have your primary source of damage off cooldown.
Nice.
So yeah, I can see why you didn't finish that as she just grapples away, and she baited you into a terrible position where you're not able to give Greg an armor pack or anything like that, or your Inspire's not even going off on your teammates.
Where? Nice. Zen. Nice. Junk.
Are you in a trap?
Where? Nice. Zen. Nice. Junk.
So yes, you're in a trap. Widow's back here though. Where's your? Here, I got you, Luke. There you go. There's your shield. Yeah, I guess it's an awareness thing. If you could have thought about Widow being behind you, then it would have been good to just shield up right there. But yeah, you landed in a Junkrat trap.
Okay, there's still
So
a
your
widow
head's
behind
gonna
you.
get
Get her.
domed
Widow's
off.
super low
Oh, it
back.
wasn't even
Got
you
her,
who
got
got
her.
sniped. She could have got a 3K right there if she was paying attention. I thought you were one of these heads. But anyway, now moving forward, you're in the right spot, but there's still no addressing the
We traded.
Widow by your team.
Oi.
Let's talk about this. So here in a second, you're going to go into streets phase, and your team is going to want, and it's good, to try to occupy as much as the streets phase as they can and take the space for theirs. That way, it's an easy time pushing the cart. And so that means you're going to want to leave about one person on the payload. Now, who should we leave on the payload here? Well, obviously not Ryan. He's your main tank, and he's the center of goats, so he's going to need both of his off tanks with him. Brigitte gets no value at all on cart, and Lucio is just like the speed demon, you know, like we need Lucio, otherwise our team's going to get run over when we try to, because we are going to be taking some 6v5s, but if you take them and you have Lucio, then you can just keep choosing to back up. And so if you're with the team and you're pocketing your run, I would leave the Zenyatta on cart, so you actually have no reason to be here anymore, you know. Points practically capped, and at this point your Zenyatta is responsible for it. You know he's dead, but he'll be right back. So you should just be looking right now to push forward and play with Greg. Now Greg's about to do something really stupid, but that's okay. There goes Greg.
Guardian. I'm slipped out by Ana though.
So that was bad on
D.Va's
Greg.
nearby somewhere.
But you pocket him with your armor pack,
D.Va's right here next to me.
and maybe you guys would have been able to capitalize on a couple of
I'll
these
stay cart,
picks
I'll
if
stay
you were
cart.
pushing
Pushing,
forward
pushing,
with them.
keep pushing.
Because even now, you're still back there like on the point.
They're down their main tank right now.
I just want you to get
Oh,
more
really?
aggressive, almost like you're playing a Reaper, you know? Because in truth, she is a DPS.
Ana?
Brigitte.
Ana no
Look at the
abilities,
Ana.
Ana no abilities, Ana no abilities. Just stabilize, just stabilize, just stay peel, just stay peel. Just stabilize here. Oh, I don't have fire strike for that.
Oh, I didn't mean to. I'm trying to see if you
What
flail this tire, but I can't. You can
one
try to
for you?
flail the tire.
I blocked it.
You just want to do damage to it. I don't
He
know.
is very
trying to
bad
hold
at
him
tire.
at
I
the
need a
corner.
big kill, thank you.
Unlucky.
Okay,
Just
back up.
back up, back up.
Back up, guys.
I'm out of
I just
mag.
backed.
So you're getting out.
I'm
That's
just gonna
good.
die.
Oh,
You don't have a
Evan,
Lucio, so
Evan,
you really
yeah,
do
I'm
just
just
need
trying
to
to die
gun
to
it
get from
backwards.
Oh, they're all there. Whoa.
Yeah, guys, just back up. Just back up.
Back up, back up.
Okay, so I saw that flail go out. Did it connect? You have your ult, so I'm not gonna be able to tell that
Oh,
way.
they're all there. Whoa.
Yeah, guys, just back up. Just back up.
So
Back
no,
up, back
flail
up.
doesn't connect. I mean, it's good though. You want to be
Alright,
kind of
alright,
whenever
I'm
you don't have
backing
anything
up,
better to
backing
do, it's good to look
Okay,
for
they're
those
probably
flails.
gonna
I
have
was
nano
trying to get- I was
boost,
trying to
bomb, and
finish
You're
my
backing
plant.
out. You're keeping yourself
need to be
alive. You
careful.
could be helping your Zarya maybe
We
stay
will
alive.
also have 6 ults here.
That shield can be used for other
We're just,
people.
just
Surprising.
stabilize here. Just stabilize.
Let's regroup,
just
then we'll
getting
grab
shield.
for this fight.
I'm trying to contest her.
Here, can we? Yeah, get her.
Okay, she's backed off, but I need healing.
So
Yeah,
where
just
are we?
come back, just
We're
come
just
back.
a little bit too far
I
behind,
can't
right?
hit you yet. There we go.
We're gonna watch this for
Okay,
one more
I'm looking
fight.
for a shatter. Under payload. So.
Okay, there's the call I was waiting for. I am looking for Shatter. So let's just ignore what Zarya does here because this is a bad play by Lisa, but that's okay. So, we're more focused about you. You just heard your Reinhardt say, "Yo, I am looking for a Shatter." Well, one thing that Brigitte can do is go shield bash, so you should be like, "I got you. Look for my stun." Right? So you can try to, don't do it like Lisa is, because you don't want to go that too far up alone. But whenever your Reinhardt starts moving forward and taking the space, he can be coming on an off angle, and then you as Brigitte could be coming up here, right? And so you can't shield bash through shields because they fixed that. So you're basically going to need to get on this side of his shield and then shield bash him right there. And whenever you do that, you can say, okay, Greg, 3, 2, 1, or get ready for it, I'm stunning him. Some kind of communication, that way he knows that you're stunning him. You stun, their shield goes down, and he gets the Earth Shatter off. So that's the play you should be looking for. You should be listening for this. These are things that you want to help out. It's Earth Shatter, and even Transcendence, or not Transcendence, sorry, Grav, and D.Va Bomb. So if you don't already know how you can help all three of these things, I mean, we just talked about Reinhardt Shatter, so you kind of know that. If you don't know how you can help these two, think about it real quick. So let's say we're going to Grav. So Lisa obviously is looking for a Grav right here. That's why she's so far extended. So maybe whenever you know she's looking, you can say, hold on, let me stun the D.Va. That way the D.Va can't throw out her defense matrix and eat the Grav. because you don't want that to happen, obviously. So if you can stun her and then you grab, then you have a free grab. But how can I help a D.Va bomb? This is actually huge. So say that, you know, your D.Va has a bomb right here, right? Say this was like a giant-ass D.Va bomb. And obviously their whole team is safe because they have the Rein shield here. But if you can pull off a stun and you just have to time it with the explosion of the D.Va bomb, you can stun him, his shield will go down, and all these people are dead because of that D.Va bomb. And that's just because you stunned him. Brigitte is a huge playmaker. It's actually insane. So.
Let's grab,
Okay,
grab.
get him to drop a shield. Oh, shit, we're down one.
That's bad.
Let's back up this back up. I'm
Back
low
up,
in shield,
yeah,
Travis.
Hold on, Widow's up
Oh,
top.
Travis. Yeah, get her.
She's marked.
You're down one. I mean, this is
Did
going
you
to be
back it up,
a
though?
ended fight regardless.
I'm sorry.
Have Mac grab.
No.
Okay, well let's go ahead and get out of this. Let's start looking a little bit at the Temple of Anubis game. Yeah, let's see where to start. Let's start on just the first fight and see how this goes. So you guys are attacking here, and you come through this room.
Winston marked, Winston marked.
Winston.
Sorry, no personal or projected.
Now let's see.
Sorry, low.
Winston marked.
So you know that Winston's
Winston marked.
the guy that needs to die here. And I can actually, this is the second game that I watched you play Brigitte on. I can tell, I've watched a little bit of this and I can tell you're playing more
Sorry, no
comfortably on Brigitte.
Personal.
But like, he's dead. I don't know how long he's been dead.
Sorry, low.
But, I mean,
Winston marked.
like
Winston
that
marked.
stun might have been wasted.
Sorry, no personal or projected.
It was wasted, but I don't know. Maybe it was the right call. I don't know. If you really thought that it was your only way to finish off the Winston,
No, but
that's how
before
I
you
would
Greg.
play it. But so let's continue to watch your positioning because right now you're lagging. You're falling back
Come
behind
back,
your
chill
Reinhardt.
out.
Your Reinhardt should just be pressing W. They don't have a main tank.
Sorry,
I'm on Zenyatta.
Anna's down.
Jump down, jump down, jump down.
Okay, so that's another wasted stun. And if it would have connected, it would have connected with the Zarya bubble.
Sorry, no project.
You do see the Zenyatta, and that is a
Did-
yeah, that's a 1v1.
Sorry,
you can
down.
take,
Widow's low up.
but you want to be kind of kiting toward your Reinhardt the entire time because your Reinhardt I think is somewhere in this area. Is that yeah? Might even be him. So maybe like just trying to take the 1v1, but you know that the second that 1v1's done, you gotta go help your Rein. Generally, I say only shoot the shot calling target, but like that's one of those situations where this guy's out of position. I'm just gonna take a second to pop his head off, and then I'll move on. But in general, as a Brigitte player, if this is your Reinhardt, right? If this is your Rein, and this is you or whatever, I would just in general say that you want your crosshair on your screen to just be positioned on your Reinhardt. Okay, that's between fights, and then you find your shot call. So then you know the gall goes out, and you're like, oh, here's S. So then you move your cross, like you know, you go here, and this is what the fuck did I just do that? You go like this is step one. Find your Reinhardt, right? You look at your Rein, and then the shot call goes out, and that's the shot. That's the first shot call, and so you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go over here now, and I'm gonna kill this, and that's 2. And then you go back here, and this is 3, and then there's another shot call, and you're like, okay, well, I'll kill that, and so that ends up being step 4, right? And then you go back to the first step, which is now step 5. You always just want to be repositioning yourself with your Reinhardt, because if you can do that between shot calls, then you'll stay on top of them really easily. So it's really simple advice. In future games, I just want you to find your Reinhardt frequently.
Spawnable.
I'm on D.Va. D.Va no boosters, D.Va no boosters, D.Va.
And see, this is a situation you end up kiting backwards. So like, let's talk about why this individual play is bad. Because you go from here, which assuming the Zen's dead, because in a second he will be. You go from here. This is a safe position. You're not in line of sight of the Widow. Widow can't shoot you, and you know, I mean, it's essentially valueless, but you're not throwing. And as the video progresses,
Sorry, down.
Widow's low up top.
Spawnable.
I'm on D.Va.
backwards, it like almost looked like you were gonna go help Greg. You actually don't even hit this D.Va. But what you could have done, and it would have been huge. It would have been a huge play if you would have done this. You actually probably would have saved Evan or no, Lisa rather, with this play, is if you just would have stunned this D.Va right now, because this is where we haven't seen you use stun for anything really big yet. You've only been using it to like do damage that's negligible to say the least. But say you stun this D.Va, her boosters cancel, she stops flying, and then she's just a sitting duck surrounded by red, so she's dead. But she doesn't get stunned, so she goes up.
Boosters, D.Va no boosters, D.Va no.
That ends up killing Lisa when she goes up. But then now look where you go. There's not really anything you can do, so you've actually just put yourself in this position, which is much more dangerous because of this Widowmaker, who now has line of sight on you. He also has line of sight on Carter as well. So I mean, like this positioning from the support line isn't that great.
No boosters.
Lisa's gonna go up. Lisa ends
push
up
him
losing
down.
mech here.
Evan, come down. Come back. Evan, come back.
I'm not there.
You win the fight because
Wait.
of
Oh,
how
you
the
guys
beginning of that
swapped.
fight
Lisa.
went. But
I forgot, you guys swapped.
so that's
Watch
that.
out,
We're gonna move forward.
behind.
Middle.
Wait,
Right.
Nice.
She just stopped
So let's talk. Where are you? You are here. You're with your Ryan. That's fine. Corner checking.
behind us.
Fine.
Right. Are we ready?
A little bit out of position.
Yeah.
Ready.
I've got
Right.
trans
Now you're behind.
here. I've got trans
Well-
here. I'm gonna use it on a first ankle.
Big. Zarya?
Alright.
You don't have to shield walk as much as you are. I'm not sure why you're doing it. Maybe it's just because of the Widow. But in general, with Reinhardt or Brig, what I'm always doing is I'm just always holding M1, even if I'm just walking. That way your flail is just sitting here, you know, whip, 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 whip. And this is the thing that a lot of high tier players do. And like I don't know why. It's just like a movement thing. I don't know. It's like it doesn't help you in any actual particular way, I guess. It just to me it keeps the tempo rolling in my head. It's like, okay, I'm doing something, right? It doesn't make you move faster. It doesn't, you know, increase your ult charge, but the point of it is you can cancel your flail with a shield with like your melees. I mean, you can cancel that with a flail with a shield with an armor pack. It doesn't prevent you from doing anything, so it's almost like, why not do it? It's like maybe you find an incognito sombra, but like stuff like that, it's just something I would recommend doing, and just kind of taking my word for it as something that will increase your gameplay more in a mental state. So like you end up lagging behind so much because you do move slower when your shield's up as Brigitte.
I'm gonna grab for this. Grabbing.
Nice.
Oh,
Zarya.
sorry, my bad, sorry.
So okay, let's talk about that stun because again we're seeing ourselves
gonna
use
try
and grab
stuns
for this.
to do
Grabbing.
damage because look at their Zarya, like she's stuck, she's not going anywhere,
Nice.
Oh,
Zarya.
sorry.
and you stun her and
Sorry.
it does 5 damage. She
Sorry.
gets out with 1 HP. I think
Sorry, sorry,
it was stupid in the first place. Oh no, she does die. But like, she would have died without that stun damage, right? And so then you could have your stun for something more important.
Nice. Wait, I have no shield for that.
Shielding yourself is fine.
There's no Zen.
You have to be listening for sound cues because whenever this Reinhardt was right here, he made a sound cue, right? He'd like, ah, like whatever he says when he's charging. And you were actually in perfect position
Wait, I have no shield for that.
No Zen.
to line up if you were just like one step back, which you were a second ago. So if you're right here as Brigitte, you can shield up, and when this Reinhardt duo gets about right here, like this jumbled mess, and you have like enemy Ryan, and you have, you know, Greg is purple, he's the other Ryan. All you have to do here is aim for the enemy Reinhardt and shield bash that, and it cancels that that charge, right? So you can save Greg with the charge. I'm trying to, or a stun. I'm trying to show you other ways that you can use your stun that would just give more value to your team, right? So we just don't want to be throwing stun at the wall like we have been.
I got you, Greg. I got you, Greg.
Ryan.
Get Ryan.
D.Va. Wait, Zarya's no.
Greg calls D.Va charges Zarya. Yeah, you're doing good.
What?
Zarya
Zarya's
discorded.
Zarya's Discord, get her.
If you're using stun to stop D.Va from flying away, that's good. We already know. We've talked. I'm not gonna keep
Yeah, just bury her. That's
bitching
fine.
about stun.
Can we get the Zen next?
It was
Got Zen.
So just from that alone, trying to keep this as best I can, I'm just gonna try to say real quick that the things we immediately need to work on are going to be our stun usage. We want to be getting value out of it, alright? And that's kind of like, how would I describe this VOD review? I would try to get you to, and I this actually was like an epiphany moment for me. I just want you to think of the word value. And like a lot in game, I want you to think, am I getting value? Because you can get value in team fights, out of team fights, any time in the game. There's always some way in which you can be getting value. So your stun uses you've gotten no value out of. So let's figure out how we can get more, maybe by canceling enemy mobility abilities like D.Va's boosters, Winston's jump. That's a little bit harder at the time, but possible. You can be using it to combo ultimates. You can be using it to cancel ultimates, which isn't something we talked about a ton, but it is a very viable possibility. You can cancel this ultimate, this ultimate, this ultimate, all just with the D.Va. Even Baby D.Va remeching you can cancel with a stun, and then she loses her ult charge and she doesn't get mech back. The dirtiest way to stagger. I did not actually mean to cancel that. Sorry. So, stun usage. And we have the other thing that I wanted to talk about, which is just overall positioning. So we went off on that tangent earlier, and we talked about how you should be looking for your own Reinhardt, and then you should be looking for a stun target, or a shot call, I mean, sorry. So positioning yourself with your Rein, going on the target. Positioning with Rein, target. So it's just Rein, target, Rein, target. And it's just this repetitive series. And I would be also on top of that working out with your communication with your team. I obviously can't tell how that's going, but those things individually. The other thing I should say is your Inspire uptime, which is your healing, right? So you just want to be looking to do that early damage. It seems like you were going for it, but it's something you want to work on. And I actually, after watching this, I encourage you to spend as much time as you can playing Brigitte in comp, right? So Brigitte is a absolute carry hero. You can carry with Brigitte. Now all heroes are carry heroes, to be entirely fair, if you're good enough at them. But I promise you that you can carry games like up until plat with Brigitte. You can. You can just do so much damage and so much healing. It's actually insane. She is an underrated hero, and you can cancel so much. So let's just go on for a second. Let's look at Riley's Brigitte play to just try to show you some of these things we were talking about in action. And he's not a perfect Brigitte player, so he's still going to make some of these mistakes that we're talking about. But this is a playoff game that we were doing. So I just pulled this up to try to show you here. So you can see at this is the middle of a team fight that we're just bouncing into. But you can see that I am in extreme danger, right? I have no health. And so naturally, I'm going to kite backwards. I have my team peeling for me. I have Coalescence coming in from Nolan. And I'm just backing up, but they want me. They're like, Ryan, you know they're calling me, because I literally am super low. And so as I kite backwards, and this quality makes it impossible to see, but you can see that as I'm kiting backwards, let's keep an eye on Riley. So this is Riley right here. This is Riley's Brigitte. You can see that Riley actually, at this point in time, decides that since I am so low, he is going to tank for me. So he comes in forward. That way they can push the enemy team off of me, right? And what does he end up doing? Since I'm backwards, their Rein would have a grand opportunity. Like, look at what their Rein would have been capable of doing. He would have shattered all of us with this Earth Shatter that he's winding up right now. But Riley was ready for it because we would have talked about what ults they had. So we knew that he had Shatter. And so Riley was just saving his stun for this moment. And this is what Riley ends up doing with it. He's using it to cancel that Earth Shatter right there. And that saves the team fight hands down. And it would go on, that individual play going on to win us the entire match. So anyway, we're able to easily capitalize on that stun and push the entire team down. Okay, so let's move forward to the next fight. I haven't watched anything Kaizero, so I don't know what to expect with the following Riley plays.
Ryan freeze! Ryan freeze!
Let's see. So you can see he's actually a little bit kind of far behind me too, not getting value at the moment, but he's working his way towards me. We all get
Counter
grabbed.
freeze.
Zarya 1.
So this is a help for us.
Counter freeze.
I'm gonna try my best to keep an eye on Riley. Because Riley, okay, so you hear Nolan say Zarya 1, and that is when Riley. Where the fuck is Riley? Oh, he's right here. That is when Riley turns around and says, "Alright, let's take this Zarya out."
Right here, right here.
And so now there's no shot call, so he's just back on me, right? Where is he? He's right here, I'm right here. He's making his way back from that Zarya kill. This is another small team fight.
We can fires.
Sorry, I went too far. So Riley's just doing some damage. That gets his Inspire off. That's fine. I was looking for that Ryan Shatter. So we actually cancel this Ryan. So like right now I'm low and I have Riley pocketing me. I'm purple, so he can't give me an armor pack. But that's one thing I don't know if I talked about too much is the Brigitte in a ghost composition should always just be feeding armor packs to Reinhardt. That was a shatter attempt by their Reinhardt. Was it not? Oh, he did. He did. He got frozen out of shatter by Williams, which was insane.
We're going to point. We're defending point. Sorry.
I wish I could see
Back to point.
Riley right now.
Yeah, Paul, yeah.
Yeah, that was just really devolved, so we didn't get a lot of value out of watching
Like,
that.
holy shit. And then
Alright.
go. They went white.
Left.
Okay, so we can see Riley just.
Ooh, the wall here
would
would have been huge.
And see, he kind of catches himself because we,
Yo,
as a
they
team,
went
we go
white.
through this door, and like some of us like stop, and the rest kind of push forward and go off to either side.
Left.
In Riley's initial thing is he stays, but he sees me pushing
the wall
forward,
here
so he's
would-
like, okay, I need to kite forward, and he gets behind me. That way we can be doing that double melee we were talking about.
No,
Ryan purple.
Take
Yeah,
purple. Oh, that's fair on point.
Okay, so we decided to
half.
go back
Right
to
here.
Moving
point.
point. Moving point.
Coming in, coming in. Back up the point, back up the point.
No bubbles.
Let me
Sorry,
see
map.
my Brigitte. I
Right.
can't see my.
Right.
So this is a
Rhino
harder
shit.
gameplay to analyze. Did he just? I'm gonna try really hard. Okay, so here's what we're talking about. This is really hard to see, but Riley once again saving stun for the opportunity. He does not successfully make this play, but he was saving stun for the enemy Rhine charge. Okay, so you can barely see it, but as this Reinhardt, this is the enemy Rhine that's somehow above my screen right now, is charging in. Riley attempts to stop the charge from connecting, and if it doesn't connect, it does a lot less damage. So he tries to kind of sideswipe the charge, which you can barely see. Because if you watch Riley as this Ryan charges in, Riley's here, and that's him. He like swooshed really quickly, but he was just up in the air, so it doesn't connect. But that's the kind of play you should be looking for. It's those kind of things that give you a lot of value.
Back it up.
Sorry on bridge.
The positioning. Get back in point. Get back in
Right.
point. Guys! I have nothing. No, we don't need it. I think we win this. Okay, do it, vomit. I got you on the ground.
So,
Nice. This is the part.
actually not sure where Riley is.
On the point.
Riley might be dead. Is Riley dead? I'm not paying attention.
She wasted.
Sir.
I think Riley's dead.
Taxi.
Yeah, he's going to taxi Riley. Alright. Well, that might be the end of it for this VOD review. Unless I can get one more fight, maybe we can get some value out of. But essentially, I just want you to be looking for those things that I talked about briefly a second ago. I think that if you did those, you could see drastic improvements to your own gameplay. One thing that we talked about at the meeting is that we're going to be playing comp as a 6-stack with our teams every Sunday. So if you could work your way up into like mid-silver by then, that would be really nice. And I think that just you utilizing these tips that we talked about on Brigitte alone could really help you do that. And that playtime on Brigitte will help you in the game in general. So thank you again for taking the time to watch this. I really hope it helps in some way. And if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll help clarify anything. And you know, as I said, I just hope this helps. So thank you.